Hello everybody, welcome to Sportport. So this is not a betting video here. This is just talking about what we got on the screen here. Just a couple news stories that are going on right now. I'm not going to go crazy in depth or anything on them. I'll be uploading portions to the TikTok and stuff like that. Just kind of want to give my take on a little bit of it. And I'll just get straight into it. So first thing, this is the main thing I want to talk about is Ehlinger gets the start. So Matt Ryan got benched. He's injured, but it sounds like either way, he would have been on the bench. He would have gotten sat out for Sam to go out there. And I actually brought up some stuff from this. So he gets a start. I'm trying to get him in fantasy, to be honest, because this preseason he looked very good. Here's his preseason stats. Against the Bills, Lions, and Buccaneers. Obviously, it's going to be primarily second stringers and that. But he looked pretty good. I mean, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions, 136 yards, 88 yards, 65 yards. He was rushing a bit in all of these. He can move. He's like 6'3", 2 something. Pretty decently big guy. And he's going to be passing to Michael Pittman Jr., who has looked good. He's going to be passing to Alec Pierce, who has also looked good. He's got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. He has, I believe, the 10th ranked offensive line in the league, right? So this could be pretty good. Obviously, for the Colts organization, it sucks because Matt Ryan was a big buy. They're losing millions on this pretty much. So bad bet on their part. But I think that Sam Ehlinger could work out. Last year, in the preseason, he did not look good at all, but he looked great this preseason. Obviously, preseason is very different, but he could come out here. He has good weapons. He has Nyheim Hines, a great passing back for checkdowns. Paris Campbell just looked good last game, right? So I would not be too worried about that. I mean, it can't really get worse. They're losing games with Matt Ryan out there. They just are. They're just losing games with him. So it makes sense that this is the case, that they're going to put him out there. Matt Ryan had a great game 2 games ago. Seems kind of fluky. So they put him out there. I believe the injury had something to do with it. Maybe if Matt Ryan was fully healthy, he plays this week. Maybe. But they're like, oh, he's injured. Screw it. We were probably going to do this anyways type of thing. But, good luck to Sam. I hope he does good. Like I said, I'm trying to pick him up in fantasy, see what happens there. Only in one league. In one league, I am desperate for a QB because I drafted Trey Lance, and did not work out too well. But Sam Ehlinger, good luck to him. As you can see, like I said, his stats look good here. Preseason's different than the real season, but we'll see what happens. Can't get a ton worse for Matt Ryan because, as I said, you're losing games anyway. So they're 3-3. That's not going to get them crazy far or anything. They got some pretty bad teams in their division. Titans, Jaguars, Texans, but still, Titans are looking decent right now. They just got beat by the Titans in a division game, so makes sense that they're benching him. Good luck to Sam. I think it could work out for sure with that receiving core and the running backs that they have there. So I don't think it's crazy or anything at all in that scenario. But next we will just talk about James Robinson to the Jets. Breece Hall gets hurt. They immediately grab James Robinson. I'm pretty sure it's a 6th round pick that becomes a 5th round pick if he gets over 600 yards this season, which I'm sure that he will. He's going to be the starting running back over on the Jets. I don't see him having a huge issue getting there. So I would say that's a good trade-off, though. I think, maybe James Robinson wasn't very happy about the split going on with Travis over on the Jags. So maybe that's a bit why he didn't play last game. And we'll see how he does. Obviously, the Breece Hall thing hurts a lot. James Robinson has not looked as good as Breece Hall has this season or ever. So that sucks. But they went out and they got somebody. So good on the Jets. They want to win games clearly. They're 5-2 right now. They view this as their chance to go out and do this, And I don't think they're going to get super far with Zach Wilson or anything like that, but at least you don't have Michael Carter, your starting running back in your backfield. That would be, a little bit rough. It'd be last year, and that's not really what you want. So good on them for going out and getting that. So good luck to James Robinson. I hope it works out over there. I hope Travis works out on the Jags. I'm sure Travis isn't super upset by this. He's going to be getting the ball a ton over there now. I mean, we even saw it last game. Like, James Robinson didn't get much, but I don't even know who their third string is. So it's their second string now, and we'll see what happens. But Travis Etienne is going to get a lot of work over on the Jags. Next is sad to talk about as a Patriots fan. Mac Jones got benched. So I had high hopes for Mac last night. I put him as, one of my hopefuls for player props. I didn't put him on the actual thing, but I said, I think he could get it. And then he went out and he looked terrible. Threw an interception, just immediately benched, never got back in. It was rough. I mean, they lost to the Bears. That's obviously rough. The defense looked bad. That was rough. I don't know what was going on last night, but they seemed way too worried about Justin Fields and that, but that's not what we're talking about here. Mac Jones got benched for Bailey Zappi. They're not going to win a game if they just wait for somebody to throw an interception and then put the other guy in. You're not able to do that. You want to have your guy out there the whole time, and I hope Mac Jones can figure out whatever's going on here, because they looked great the last few games. The defense looked great. The offense looked efficient. And then last night was just awful. So hopefully they can get that figured out. I think it will be Mac. Mac comes back and he looks good and he figures it out. I hope. He was out there running. Clearly his ankle isn't the worst thing possible or anything like that. He's out there. He can handle that fine. He just can't throw the ball suddenly. Like, that pick was really bad. He tried to lob it over to get Johnny Smith. Did not work. Picked off. Benched. And then he was just sad on the sideline the whole time. Very good leader though. When Bailey Zappi went out there and he immediately scored a touchdown, Mac Jones was on the sideline. He congratulated him. That has to be hard to do. But I honestly, may the best QB win. We'll see who that is. But they really need to figure it out fast if they want to do anything. They are 3-4 right now, last in the East, AFC East. Bills, Jets, Dolphins, all above them. Dolphins only by one game, but still, they have Tua back. They're probably going to win more. So very rough for them. Hopefully they don't finish last. It's hard to see a playoff route right now, but we'll see what happens. Just gotta figure out that QB situation, because I like our receivers, I like our running backs, I like our defense if they don't do what they did last night, but we'll see what happens there. And then Carolina's done trading. This I'm sad about. I want DJ Moore to get out of Carolina. I feel so bad for him. Very talented receiver who just gets overthrown 90% of the time. Watching Baker Mayfield out there, I have DJ Moore on one of my fantasy teams, and I'm only in 2 leagues, so that's saying I wanted DJ Moore. Seeing him get 12 targets in a game, I'm like, wow, how did he not get more points than this? And then I'll watch the game back, and it's just over his head, over his head, over his head. I believe it was Brian Burns. They were offered 2 first-round picks, and they didn't trade it. I think that they should have done that, in my opinion. If I go in here and look, because this is off Adam Schefter. Yeah, Carolina rejected an offer of 2 first-round picks for defensive end Brian Burns. They should have taken that. I don't see why they didn't take that, but they didn't, so that sucks. I think they should have. They should be in full rebuild mode. And if they're not going to get 2 firsts for Brian Burns, I don't know what they would take for DJ Moore. And Schefter did say that they're just not going to trade them. There's a group of guys they're just not going to trade, and that sucks because I was so happy to see CMC get out of there because now he is on a contender. He can actually, go out there and win, right? They lost to the Chiefs here, but it's the Chiefs. They need more time, especially CMC needs more time. He got traded, and then 3 days later he has a game, right? So hopefully they can get that figured out. We'll see what happens. Sorry for DJ Moore and everybody else in the Panthers. Maybe, they can recreate what happened this week where they shut down the Buccaneers and DJ Moore does great and he gets a touchdown and all that and they win the game by like 20 points. Hopefully they can do that more. I like the Panthers players besides Baker Mayfield. I like them. Nothing against them. Their coach sucks. The organization sucks. They need to flip it around because you just hate seeing guys in really bad organizations who are just amazing players and they never get anything out of their career because you can get 1,000 yards every year in Carolina, like DJ Moore does, with terrible QBs showing how good of a receiver you are, but it doesn't matter because you never make the playoffs, right? Like you never have even a hope for a Super Bowl one year, right? So that sucks. Hopefully they can figure it out. The news portion here, I'll get better at it as time goes on. I know it's not going to be the best first video for it. I'm not fully comfortable with it yet. It's still getting used to it. I'm used to just talking about the betting thing where I come in and I know exactly what I'm looking at and everything like that. I'm just not as educated as of yet. I still know quite a bit about what's going on in the football world, but just interesting to actually come out and talk about it. So just a quick video, just a couple things I wanted to talk about today. So this will be the second video that gets uploaded today. Thanks to everybody who stopped by. These are just my opinions on these couple of things with what are going on. Ehlinger, I'm glad he's getting the start. I think it'll work out. James Robinson, the Jets, they needed a replacement for Breece Hall. It's what they could get, and they got it for a late pick. Mac Jones benched. They need to figure it out fast if they want any hope of anything this year. And then Carolina's done trading, which is just sad. Bad move by Carolina. They should try and get all the draft picks they can because they're not getting anywhere soon, and it's really screwing over these players. But we'll see what happens. So thanks to everybody who stopped by. I will talk to you guys later.